been a rough week, but today's our anniversary, so we got a nanny. We're gonna go on a trip. Let's go. Alright, just got into Denver. We're headed up into the hills to Vail, and this was our first time using Turo because there was no rental cars, but super smooth process. You ready?
Ready.
Anniversary weekend?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Well, no, we can do that.
Alright, just pulling into Breckenridge. We're gonna hit up a distillery a friend of ours recommended. Cheers. So not only does the Breckenridge distillery have awesome barbecue and really good drinks, it's the highest distillery in the world at like 9,500 feet. And all their water comes from snowmelt, so it's like super pure and awesome. We're gonna go check out Breckenridge and then head over to our hotel and go explore tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. From one restaurant to another, we just finished up breakfast at Hovey and Harrison, which we weren't totally sure of, but we pulled in and the parking lot was packed and it was filled with locals, and it was definitely worth the trip over to Edwards, Colorado. We tried to make some plans for the day. We didn't really come up with anything solid. We think the gondolas are running in Vail. They haven't been running anywhere else because it's kind of shoulder season right now. So we're gonna head over there and maybe go on a gondola ride and then maybe head down to Leadville. I don't know, we're gonna see what the day brings. Pulled into Vail Village, and I don't think the gondolas are running. We drove past both of them that should have been running, and neither of them were. So we're gonna head to Leadville, we think, and I don't know, maybe find a hike, maybe just look at the trees. These are the best days though, the days with no plans. Have arrived in Leadville, and it's super cool here. It's like just an old town. Apparently in the 1800s it was a lead mining town, and then it kind of dried up, and in the early 1900s they started to mine silver. It was 10 times bigger than it is now. We were gonna grab lunch, but I think we're gonna head up to a place called Climax first, which is an old ghost town.
Starting route to Climax Historical.
Okay, so it's not a ghost town, but it was once the site of the highest town in America at 11,300 feet. There was a town here because they mined a metal called molybdenum, I think that's how you pronounce it. And now it's just a stop on the side of the road. So there's that beef jerky stand over there. What if we got some beef jerky and then went and did that hike? Like that really steep one. You could have Snickers at the top.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's that hard to breathe here.
It is hard. I'm out of breath just walking around flat ground. We need water though. We don't have any water.
We did. Go get some more water. Okay, so we weren't gonna do this hike because yesterday we were feeling pretty fatigued, and we thought hiking up to 12,000 feet wouldn't be good for us, having just come from Minnesota. But we're up at 11,300 right now, and I feel pretty good. So, should do a quick hike. It says it takes like 2.5 hours. Time the sun go down?
We gotta go.
Yeah. Alright, nothing like a rushed hike. We are off on the Windsor Lake Trail. It's only 1.4 miles to the lake, but it's an 800-foot gain, and it gets up to about 12,000 feet. And it said that the first 0.8 of a mile of the hike was kind of a scramble up some rocks. So, should be cool. And I'm hoping that the lake, when we get to the top, is worth the effort. And I also hope it doesn't get dark. Aaron's worried we're gonna see a bear. But probably not. Just Colorado in the mountains, right? No problem. If you were hunted by a mountain lion until clamped onto your neck now. So we veered off the course onto another trail. Fortunately, we got to a fork in the road and didn't know where to go. And I pulled out my All Trails app and saw that we were not very far off, but about 0.2 of a mile off, and headed in the wrong direction. So it'd be a bad place to get lost, especially as the sun's going down. This shows that we still have a little ways to go before we meet back up with the trail. If our GPS position is accurate, there should be a right-hand turn here in a little bit. Yeah, probably up here. I think we need to stay next to that, overall next to that creek. But we definitely need to keep going towards the sun. Oh yeah, is this the trail? I found it. It's right here. We got to go over the stream. It goes over and then you can see it up there. And there's trail down there. This must be the scramble part they were talking about. This is steep. Holy smokes. Okay. This is steep. It's pretty. Holy smokes. Look, this is awesome. Made it, babe. Good job.
Using the hike as an analogy for life. You're just hiking along and sometimes you take wrong turns. And then you get back on the path and you feel like you're going the right way, and then it just gets really hard and strenuous and you want to just stop, turn back around, go back where you came from, but you just keep going and then you reach your destination or reach the point that you've been yearning to get to, and then it's just this beautiful, pristine mountain lake.
Well, I don't think Aaron could have said it much better. This was a pretty epic adventure and a good way to end our trip. This is kind of what we needed. I mentioned earlier that we'd been having a rough couple weeks, and part of that was because a friend of mine was killed in a plane crash not very far from here, actually. Her name was Lindsay, and her husband's name was Costas, and they loved people and they loved adventure, and they would have loved this. So I dedicate this to them. Thanks for coming with. I'll see you next week. Going to head to Leadville, I think, and I don't know if we'll find a hike or not. Whoops. I need to get going.
I'm either really out of shape or
Well,
this is like,
you have like, I don't know, a quarter of the amount of oxygen you need, probably.
I only have a quarter of oxygen.
Oh, that's probably not accurate. 80%, 85%, I don't know.
I have 85% or I'm lacking 85%.
Here, you can put this back. You have